Every great empire has a moment when the cracks first appear. Sometimes, it's loud, a rebellion, a war. Other times, it's a whisper, a sideways glance, a shift so small that only the most watchful notice. In the world of WWE, Roman Reigns has built an empire unlike any before it. For years, he has ruled with dominance, fear, and the unwavering loyalty of his bloodline. But now, a new storm is gathering, one that started not with words, but with a single, silent look. And if you weren't paying attention, you might have missed it. Last week on Smackdown, Reigns stood tall in the ring, as he always does, flanked by the stoic Solo Sikoa and the ever-anxious Paul Heyman. The tribal chief spoke of family, loyalty, and power. His words were powerful, his presence commanding, but something was off. For a brief moment, as Roman addressed the crowd, the camera caught Solo in a way that felt intentional. His arms crossed, his eyes lowered, his expression unreadable. He didn't raise his finger to the sky, he didn't nod in agreement, he simply stood there, still, silent, and separate. It was a moment so fleeting that casual fans might have missed it, but WWE's camera crew didn't. In fact, they leaned into it, slowing the footage down and posting it across social media with a cryptic caption, "Trust is earned, but can it be broken?" In WWE, nothing is an accident. Every frame, every glance, every breath caught on camera is a choice, and this choice was deafening. Solo Sikoa has been Roman's enforcer, his hammer. Since his explosive debut at Clash at the Castle, he arrived without fanfare, without the need for acceptance. He wasn't adopted into the bloodline, he was assigned, sent by the elders, a physical manifestation of family expectations. Roman embraced him, but there was always a distance. Solo didn't grow up under Roman's leadership, he grew up alongside Jimmy and Jay, learning the hard lessons of survival and pride. Roman may sit at the head of the table, but for Solo, that table was never a seat he earned, it was a table he was told to serve. And now, the silent tension is thickening. Paul Heyman, WWE's wise man, has always been more than a mouthpiece. He's a survivor. His alliances have shifted over the years, from Lesnar to Reigns, from champion to champion, always moving toward power, toward safety. But on that night, even Heyman looked rattled, fidgeting, glancing nervously between Roman and Solo, his hands twisting in that familiar anxious gesture. When Roman said, "Solo understands what family means," the microphone barely caught it, the sharp intake of breath from Heyman, a small sound, but loaded with dread. Fans noticed, the chants started slowly, pockets of the crowd murmuring "Solo, Solo," as if sensing the change. WWE amplified it, showing slow-motion replays of Solo's stoic refusal to salute. They want us to see it, they want us to question everything. This isn't new ground for WWE. The Bloodline saga has thrived on slow-burn betrayals. Think back to Jey Uso's heartbreaking journey from reluctant challenger to loyal soldier, Sami Zayn's rise from comic outsider to honorary use, and his eventual tragic betrayal. But Solo's story is different. He didn't seek Roman's approval, he didn't need to be made an honorary anything. His loyalty was assumed, expected, and assumptions, in WWE, are always dangerous. It's not just the body language that's setting off alarms. Backstage, subtle hints are being planted like seeds. After Smackdown, a brief, almost hidden segment aired, Solo walking past a locker room door. A crude red X scrawled across it. Sharp-eyed fans pointed out the symbolism. In wrestling lore, a red X often marks betrayal, rebellion, or excommunication. And if you know the Anoa'i family history, you know the name Jacob Fatu, a monstrous presence in MLW. Another member of the extended bloodline, long rumored to be WWE bound. Theories are swirling. What if Solo isn't just pulling away from Roman? What if he's building something new? Imagine it, a bloodline civil war not started by outsiders like Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens, but from within. A schism fueled by old family dynamics, resentment, and ambition. WWE loves history, loves callbacks, and Solo's quiet rebellion could be the ultimate echo of Roman's own rise, the young wolf overthrowing the old king. The beauty of it is how slow it's happening. WWE isn't rushing this. Solo hasn't attacked Roman, he hasn't even spoken against him. His rebellion is in his silence. His defiance isn't in words, it's in what he doesn't do. He doesn't salute, he doesn't bow, he simply stands, And standing still, in a world where obedience is expected, is a revolution. The tension will build. Maybe at WrestleMania, Roman will survive the triple threat against CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Maybe Solo will help him win, playing the loyal enforcer one more time. But the seeds have already been planted. Each week, each stare, each hesitation will water them. Until, one night, Roman will reach out his hand and Solo won't take it. Picture it, after a brutal match, Roman on his knees, blood dripping from his mouth, exhausted but still defiant. He reaches for Solo, the last soldier he believes he still commands. And Solo, expressionless, tilts his head slightly. No words, no grand speech, just a single move, the Samoan spike. The crowd erupts, the empire falls, and a new king rises from the ashes. This isn't just fantasy. WWE is laying the groundwork in a way they rarely do with such patience. They're trusting the audience to pay attention, to notice the small things. That lingering camera shot, Heyman's nervous tics, Solo's crossed arms. These are the brushstrokes painting the future of the company. The betrayal, when it comes, will be Shakespearean. Roman's entire character arc has been about controlling his family, his opponents, even the fans. He bends the world to his will, but he cannot control what he cannot see. And Solo's rebellion isn't loud. It's not a sword drawn in a crowded throne room. It's the quiet poison slipped into the goblet, the betrayal from within. And when it happens, it will rewrite WWE's history books. Roman's reign as undisputed champion has been legendary. Records shattered, icons humbled, storylines spun into gold. But no reign lasts forever, not even for the tribal chief. The bloodline was built on fear and loyalty, and both are crumbling. Fear fades when the people stop believing you're invincible. Loyalty fades when the people realize they have other options. Solo Sikoa is that option. He represents a new generation. He carries the weight of the bloodline name but refuses to be a pawn in Roman's story. If he allies with figures like Jacob Fatu or others from the Anoa'i family, he could forge a new dynasty, one not built on dominance, but on survival, respect, and raw power. And here's the twist, Roman won't see it coming until it's too late. That's the true tragedy. The head of the table will reach for his family and trust, only to realize that loyalty, once broken, is never repaired. It doesn't snap with a bang. It rots slowly, silently, until there's nothing left. WWE is playing the long game. Every lingering shot of Solo, every uneasy glance from Heyman, every missed salute, it's all part of the story. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to be shocked when it finally detonates. But if you are watching, really watching, you can already see the empire crumbling. Roman's story isn't about how long he can stay at the top. It's about how far he will fall when the ones he trusts most are the ones who tear him down. It's about how silence can be louder than a war cry, how a single moment of hesitation can change everything. So keep your eyes open, listen to the silence, watch the space between gestures, because somewhere in that space, the future of WWE is already being written. And when Solo Sikoa makes his move, when he finally claims the head of the table for himself, it won't just be a match, it won't just be a betrayal, it will be the end of an era and the birth of a new one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into WWE's most shocking storylines. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss what's coming next.